The most important first step in becoming a successful seller on Amazon is finding the right product. In this video, I'm going to discuss initially the attributes of an ideal product to sell on Amazon. Then I will demonstrate a Chrome extension tool called AsInspector that I use to find these products. I will also show how this tool can be used to find a low-cost supplier once you've found a product. The first thing I look at when I'm searching for products to sell on Amazon is whether the item is in high demand. Amazon has a product rating system, however, I don't find it all that useful. I'm more interested in a product's bottom line. I want to know how many units are being sold on Amazon every month. What kind of monthly revenues can I expect the product to generate in a month? My rule of thumb for an ideal product is one that is generating at least $6,000 in monthly sales from selling over 300 units a month. Another important factor is your competition. One way to assess your potential competition is by looking at their ratings and the number of their reviews. If you're a new seller, it's going to take time and money to build your reputation. As a result, an ideal product to start off with is one where there's at least 2 or 3 top sellers with less than perfect seller ratings and 100 or fewer reviews. If you can't find a dependable, low-cost source of inventory, you're back to square one. In a few minutes, I'm going to show you how you can use AsInspector Pro to quickly find product sourcing and calculate your return on investment. The whole reason for selling on Amazon is to make a profit. When you find a potential product and a source of inventory, you should calculate your potential return on investment. You want to quickly determine if it's worth pursuing. In my rule book, an ideal product is one that I can purchase for a third or less than the price I can sell it for on Amazon. Private label products have lots of advantages. For one, you own the brand, and so no one else can sell it without your permission. It's true with a private label product, it's going to take you more time to establish your brand and get your sales numbers up. However, once you've established the brand with good seller ratings and good reviews, you're golden. You got a brand that nobody can touch. If on the other hand you're selling a major product brand, you're not only competing with other FBA sellers, you're also competing probably with Amazon or other major retail stores that are selling the same product too. Your product reviews and seller ratings can potentially get hammered if you have a high defect rate. As a result, the fewer moving parts your product has, the better. Electronic products are notorious for having high defect rates. Therefore, if you can avoid them, you will probably have fewer returns and customer complaints. If you can, try not to sell glass items or products that are easily breakable. The last thing you want is lots of breakage during shipping and unhappy customers that will hurt your ratings. In today's litigious society, the last thing you want to sell is a product with a high potential for product liability. As a result, I would recommend staying away from selling sharp items, flammable products, or ones that contain toxic substances. In the next part of this video, I'm going to demonstrate how to use a very effective tool that I've discovered that helped me rapidly find good products to sell on Amazon. I will also show how I use this Chrome extension application to find product sourcing and its potential return on investment. I'm currently in Amazon.com, and I'm going to demonstrate this Chrome extension tool called AsInspector Pro. AsInspector Pro, you basically have to have Google Chrome on in order to use this tool. And what you need to first off do is bring up Amazon.com, put in a keyword to start a search. Let's say, for instance, I'm interested in potentially selling dog nail trimmers. Enter. And I come up with a bunch of different potential products on Amazon. Now what's really cool, when you hit this icon up here for AsInspector Pro, it brings up a spreadsheet that really drills it down as far as, so you can compare all the different products sold on Amazon. Here's the product name, and it'll give you all kinds of different data. Let me give you an example of the data this potential thing will give you. I mean, look at all this stuff.
and compare using this tool. I mean, you can, whatever you like, you can set it up yes or no. I don't want to look at everything, otherwise I'm going to have a spreadsheet so long that it'll take me an eternity to get over to the icons over here, the tool icons. Just certain things that I'm sort of more interested in looking at. For instance, one of the first things I look at is estimated revenue per month. Now, if you hit this, it'll give you least or most least is what I like to look at. Now, for instance here, there's a couple things that aren't actually, like for instance, this is not a nail grinder. I'm just going to X this out. Okay, here's an interesting product that's being sold for about $15.99. And let's say I want to look at potential sources of inventory for this product. So you go over to the shopping cart icon over here, and you can look at, for instance, Alibaba, AliExpress, eBay, Toys R Us, Walmart, all these potential sources here. So I'm going to hit Alibaba. Brings up. Now, this guy is selling his own brand. So I'm just going to hit this. So I'm going to get all these different nail grinders that I could get potentially manufactured in China. And guess what? Here we are. And I can get a nail grinder here, a pet nail grinder for 50 cents. Now if we go back to here, this guy's selling it for $15.99. This guy's making bank. So if I want to calculate the return on investment, I hit this dollar sign over here. And I put in, let's say for instance, I can get it for 50 cents. I just hit the get net payout. This guy's making over 2,000% return on investment. I mean, this is amazing. After FBA fees. So this looks like a very good potential product to sell. Now, let's look at his ratings. He's got high ratings. He doesn't have crazy amounts of reviews. I mean, this guy has over 2,500 reviews. This guy's only got 94. Now, he's selling over, this guy's selling over 1,100 units per month, and he's making almost $18,000 a month on this product. And all he's doing is he's buying it from China, slapping on a private label, and jacking up the price from 50 cents to almost $16. So this is an example of a great product to sell on Amazon. I mean, now, here, for instance, you look at the weight, and it's only 0.3 pounds. I mean, and the dimensions are really good. So now, another thing that's really cool on this tool is you can go and filter results. Let's bring these up. Okay, now I've set up parameters in my filter, so I'm just going to go to this clock icon here, and I hit. So, for instance, if I don't want to look at Amazon bestsellers, I'm going to just basically put a minus sign in front of AMZ, and then look at all the Amazon products that are sold by Amazon itself. For instance, maybe I just want to look at products that are generating over $6,000 in revenues per month that are selling over 300 units. And that's one of those items that I was looking at on Alibaba. And then there's less than 10 sellers here. So let's look at another product here. I was looking at dog beds here. Now, see, I've got these all in favorites. So I've done some previous searches, and when you do a search, you can just basically, you can add it to your favorites, and I can go back and look at those particular categories here. Now, for instance, I'm going to give an example of one that I thought was really cool. I mean, this guy was making some pretty good money on this thing. It was this one right here. This guy's selling this dog bed for $119.95. Now, for instance, if I go to, if I hit that icon here, it comes out Alibaba here. Here's that dog bed. Guess what? They're selling it for potentially 15 bucks. So if I go over here, this guy's selling it for $119. I go here and I put in 15 bucks, I'm making over almost 500% return on investment. I mean, this is, another really great potential product. Now, the only problem is this is a rather large product and it's going to cost you a bit more in FBA fees, but hey, this is the bottom line here. This is return on investment after FBA fees. So who cares? I mean, if you're making over 600%, that is making really good money. And this guy is doing almost $24,000 in sales, and he's selling over 204 units per month. I mean, he's making bank. And so, you just go over to, Alibaba. If you can find the thing, you slap a private label on it, and you can, start selling it and get your ratings up and getting reviews, and before you know it, you're making money like this guy here. You're making almost $24,000. Another interesting thing here is you can go over here, and you see one of these equal signs, for instance. You can rapidly look at other stores. For instance, now, this particular this thing is being sold on eBay for $272. So maybe you should be selling this thing on eBay, you know what I mean, instead of Amazon. So that's a really cool thing here. It's got I have it set up where I have the eBay price over here. So a lot of times, these things on Amazon are, here's 50 bucks, but somebody's getting $63.95 on eBay. So sometimes it makes sense to not only sell it on Amazon, but sell it on eBay. And sometimes you can even make more money on eBay than on Amazon. This is a good way to sort of figure that out right away. You don't have to go on Amazon and go on, eBay and, go back and forth and all that stuff. I mean, right here it is, all laid out for you, basically. Now, with this one here, you can get keywords for your ads. You can go to camel and get a price history here. So that's what I really like about this tool. It just gives you all these different things. Now, another really interesting thing that you might want to consider, and I've used it before, is if you're just sort of struggling and you just can't come up with an idea here, you just hit this little guy here, this little light bulb here, and it gives you just randomized different keywords, and then you can just sort of go in there and hit it and see what comes up. And who knows? So like if you hit that and go to the icon there, it'll give you some ideas here. So that's another way of like if you're just sort of stuck and you're just looking for some ideas, that's a way to rapidly look at different, just random keywords, and sometimes you come up with something that's a really good product. I mean, so I would recommend, if you're interested in selling on Amazon or eBay, and you want to rapidly drill down what you want to sell and how much you're going to sell it for, and where you're going to get it, and what's going to be your return on investment on this tool, just really knocks it out right away, and will give you that information you need to be a successful Amazon seller.